The 6 Lies About Productivity based on The One Thing by Gary Keller. The real key to achieving more in your career, with your business and in your personal life is to narrow your focus and concentrate on the one thing which will deliver the most value. The way to get the most out of your work and your life is to go as small as possible, said Gary Keller, the author of one of the best-selling books of Wall Street Journal and New York Times called The One Thing. Gary Keller is founder and chairman of Keller Williams Realty, the largest real estate franchise in North America. He's a popular keynote speaker and the author of several books in the Millionaire Real Estate series. In the beginning of his book, The One Thing, Gary Keller explained 6 lies about productivity and how they have infiltrated our lives. In this video, I'll try to summarize those 6 myths and we'll see how they have come into existence in the first place. Once we see these lies for what they really are, we start on the path to doing more. Myth first. Everything matters equally. The idea of equality of achievements is a lie, pure and simple. When everything seems to be of equal importance, you become busy doing stuff. But with less productivity, the truth is activity is often unrelated to productivity. Working through a long and impressive list of to-dos is nice, but if that list is filled with trivial and unimportant stuff, you're not getting anywhere meaningful, even while you seem productive on the outside. Achievers do not try and do everything and do anything they can think of. Instead, they follow a different strategy. They have a clear sense of priority and a clear goal for where they want to head. Instead of putting together a long to-do list, achievers put together a much shorter list of the items they absolutely must do to succeed. This is a much productive way to work. Myth second, multitasking is a good thing. Multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. There are a couple of reasons why multitasking does not work as many people expect. Whenever you interrupt your workflow, it always takes time to get back up to speed. Task switching always comes at a cost in terms of effectiveness. Whenever you switch tasks, there's always an inbuilt danger you won't get back to the original task. Multitasking increases the chances of getting sidetracked. It becomes easier to make mistakes when you're trying to do several things simultaneously. You don't pay attention to what really matters. The simple truth is, while distractions are natural and are to be expected, multitasking does not work. It does not boost performance. In fact, multitasking introduces more distractions, which undermine results. If you buy into the myth that you can do 2 or more things at once, problems lie ahead. In society, there is a conventional idea that to be successful, you have to lead a disciplined life. Therefore, if you're not yet as successful as you want to be, then that's an indicator you're not as disciplined as you need to be. That's incorrect. You don't need to be a disciplined person to be successful. In fact, you can become successful with less discipline than you think. For one simple reason. Success is about doing the right thing, not doing everything right. Most people dwell on the idea that their lives are not disciplined enough for them to be successful. So they concentrate on establishing the disciplined lifestyle very hard, and as a result they miss out the most important things that require their focus in the first place. Our focus is limited, and if you use it on planning everything instead of doing the one thing, we will not achieve the level of productivity that we desire. And myth 4, willpower is always on call. Another myth about productivity is that you need to have strong willpower all the time. Unfortunately, the reality is willpower rises and falls in individuals all the time. Sometimes we have lots of it, but at other times there is a definite shortage of willpower. For most people, willpower tends to start off strong at the beginning of the workday, and it gradually decreases. Morning breaks, lunch breaks, and afternoon breaks boost willpower throughout the day. But most of the time, willpower has a short shelf life. It's a limited but renewable resource. To get the most out of your willpower, first you need to respect your level of willpower at any time, and you need to have a mindset that you will most certainly use it whenever and wherever it's available. Don't take willpower for granted. Myth 5, a balanced life. Everyone talks about leading a balanced life, but the reality is nobody ever achieves it. The balanced life is a myth. It's impossible to achieve. To deliver extraordinary results in any field, you have to focus your time and energy on what you're doing, and that automatically means you have less time to do everything else. The kind of intense focus always makes balance impossible to achieve. Instead of trying to achieve a good work-life balance, look at your life as being a dynamic balancing act. Separate your life into 2 buckets. Your work life and your personal life. Fill your work bucket wisely by giving a proper amount of time to your one thing. Allocate as much of your workday as feasible to what you are great at and nothing else. Counterbalance your life bucket by paying passionate attention to the other areas of your life when you're not at work. Have the mantra that you will work hard and then play hard as well. Don't go too long without counterbalancing your work bucket and your personal life bucket. Be clear about which bucket you're filling at any one time and give it your best efforts. Work just as hard at filling both buckets as you can. That's the best kind of balancing you can do. Myth 6. Big is bad and to be feared. Lots of people don't chase big dreams because they have fallen for the myth big is bad. The reality is, if you fear being highly successful and instead settle for less, you shortchange yourself. You should get into the habit of thinking big and setting bold, confident, and inspiring goals. The undeniable reality is if you think big, you will act differently and go down different path. However, some people get what we are saying in the wrong way. They set their big thinking based on other people's success stories like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, or Mark Zuckerberg. It's true that their success stories are good motivation for other people, but at the same time they kind of generate a common fear. So when we say big people, we automatically imagine them and they set their metrics for their own success based on somebody else's. It's all wrong. You have to set your own metrics for your big success in life, otherwise it does not feel right. If what you set for yourself feels right, no matter how big that is, you will not have any fear or hesitation. You'll just act. Act towards productivity, act towards greatness. The ideas in this video were based on the book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. I highly recommend reading this book and his other books in the Millionaire Real Estate series. If you liked the video, press like, share, and subscribe for more.